thanks so much for joining me on the podcast today. I'm so psyched for this episode.
Hey, it's Erika Ward. I'm so excited to be back.
Hey, it's Alex Alonso. So excited, Luann. Good to see you again.
Hey, it's Jennifer Stoner, and so excited to be here with so many talented people.
Hi, it's Kate O'Hara, and I'm really glad that we're getting to do this.
I know. So this actually is the brainchild of Kate O'Hara. I'm just going to tell you this topic. Yes, it is. You don't remember that? Yes, yes, yes. So here's the thing. We are going to dig in to this is a brain trust. This is a brain trust of, individuals that I know personally and that I know, yes, create beautiful spaces, but also run very smart businesses. And that's my kryptonite. Not kryptonite. Kryptonite's a bad thing. It's like my we talk about guilty pleasures. That's my guilty pleasure, getting into the brains of people who do things, right and create revenue and create a lifestyle for themselves and their employees and their families. And I know that that's true for each of you. And so that's what's exciting about this. And we're going to get into the look back on these hard earned lessons that you guys have each accumulated in your careers. So, thinking about that, I would like to kick it off with each of you sharing an anecdote, a memory, an incident, any way you want to take it from early days in business that you either learned a significant lesson, you learned like, oh, that's a good thing, do more of that. I don't care how you take it, but something that, that we're going to think, oh, that's good to know. So, Erika, would you start us off with some sort of recollection of your running your business?
Yeah, so I transitioned from building construction, as you know, or some of your listeners may know already. But in my earlier days, my priority was really starting a family and growing a family. And so one of the things that I would say to anyone, or a great lesson that I learned, was to create a business model that would be flexible for growing a family and profitable. So the majority of my work at that time was more of a consultancy type service. So I would take on as many consultations as my schedule would allow for that day. And once those, 2 hours, 3 hours were up, that was the end of my day. I had my pay. I'm back in the car, headed to go get somebody from daycare or, running the soccer practice or whatever it was. But it was something that allowed me to be active in a business that I love. It allowed me to become an authority in my space. It allowed me to serve the clientele that I wanted, but it allowed me to also be present for my family at the end of the day.
I love that. I love that because it's funny. I don't know if you guys heard the episode with Jean Stouffer, but she talked about the different seasons of her business. And what we see with Erika Ward now is this luxury firm that's full service and all the things. And to think about that, you made a very conscious decision to do the consultancy model, which, if you would say it's pay to play, right? Like your time you're getting paid for. And when you're not there, you're not getting paid. But it really served you. How many kids? Erika, is 4 or 5, 6? How
We
many
have
kids you
five.
have?
Yeah, we
5.
have five children and a dog. And the eldest are twins. They're 16. So they go from 16 to 9.
Yeah, and see, you're still knee deep in raising humans. It's not even like they're past you yet. It's not like the youngest is 16. Like you're still in it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I love that very intentional way of setting it up to serve you and your family first. Love, love, love that. Alex, how about you? Some memory or some anecdote from the beginning of business that sticks with you?
Sure. I think for me, one of and this is probably the simplest thing I can ever say, is the power of saying no. Right. Early on, I felt that, at least for me, when I was starting this business, that every project needed to be a yes. Right. The consultation needed to be a yes. The client needed to be a yes. Um, and I think early on, I had just some not so great projects, you know,
Mm.
that teach you so much about, well, introspectively, had I just taken a pause and really analyzed the situation and said, like, is this the right project for us and for them, right? Not just for you, but for them. Are they going to have a good experience out of this? Are you are you at the right stage to be able to take this project on and to give them what they need, right? Um, I think if you have that moment to just pause and just evaluate and audit, if you will, it really kind of gives you that power to just say, you know what, I think we're going to have to pass on this, and these are the reasons why.
Mm.
And I think if you make it more about you and your team rather than about them and the project, because they're going to get offended. They're going to say, "Oh, it's my budget, or it's my style, or it's my this," and you can say, like, "Actually, it's not," and these are the reasons why. I think it's you're coming from a place of strength.
Mm.
You know your business. You know what you can, what you can't do. And I think any good client, any good prospective client, would respect that,
Yeah.
right? To know when you shouldn't be dating. Like, this is a bad relationship. Like, you can see the breakup, 2 months down the road. Like, there's no reason to start dating.
Right.
So I think early on, I had just a couple of experiences where I think we rushed into it and we were so eager to take it on. We were just so excited. And it's not even to say that we were biting off more than we can chew. We just didn't know, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't know. We felt uncomfortable saying no. There were just so many things that we needed to go through in the process to really understand, just like, you know what? It's okay to say no. And quite frankly, many times you probably should say no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I don't remember, do you have a 4-step criteria when we talked on the podcast that was it a 4-step criteria
Or,
that they have to hit 3 of 4 for
yeah.
you to say yes to the project now? And so we will put the link in the show notes. It's an outstanding episode to listen to because with this hindsight lesson, you have now